5 ways to start prepping for TBC. I was going to skip the intro, but then I realized that he's going to talk about me leaking the information. And so I wonder what he's going to say about... let's just play that. Let's see. Sorry, man. Let's see.
What is up, everybody? It is Og here, back with another video, and in today's video we are taking a look at another potential TBC leak. It seems like it's pretty much daily now, and it kind of lines up with what Nano said actually in a recent tweet. So I'll definitely have the link to this down below here. But if you look at this tweet real quick,
there it is.
Nano about a week ago, 10 days ago I guess, said that one way or another, I think we'll all be talking about Classic TBC scheduled by New Year's. And so I didn't think that this was actually going to be realistic. But then Staysafe yesterday, and shout out to Staysafe, made a video.
That was either going to go one or two ways. It was either going to be shout out to Staysafe, or this guy's not credible, fucking asshole, dumbass, stupid piece of shit. I mean, here's the thing. Like, this leak that I put in my video, that shit was going around. I just happened to be the first person to I just happened to be the first streamer or YouTuber to broadcast it out. But dude, like, I was having people DM me that shit. I saw that shit posted on fucking 4chan. Once the leak is out, it's just a matter of time before like a YouTuber or a streamer picks it up. But like that shit was out before I even made the video.
Video saying that he had been informed through independent sources.
Thank you for the gifted. And Tampa, dude.
It sounds like TBC is going to be coming in May 4th.
Thank you, man.
So if you guys haven't checked out his video yet, definitely check it out.
I appreciate it,
I'll have a link down in the description down below. Basically, it talks about when TBC may be coming out. And so he runs through, the dates that were given to him. And it's a TBC release in May 4th with a beta coming in mid-February. Now, I think
why is he getting targeted ad for cancer patients? Arlius? Stay safe? Arlius? Oh, stay safe and stay healthy, brother.
This is interesting because BlizzCon is February 19th to the 20th, which means that they would have to have the TBC beta going on during BlizzCon, and that would potentially detract in viewership to BlizzCon, right? Because the big announcement that a lot of people have been anticipating for BlizzCon is that TBC would be coming out. And so if they were to release these at the same time, there's a pretty decent chance that they would, lose some of the viewership at BlizzCon. So I'm not 100% sure about the timing for the beta. Maybe the beta comes out right after BlizzCon. Maybe it is there by BlizzCon. We'll have to wait and see. But if this is actually true, that it's coming out on May 4th, that means the timeline is drastically moved up. And so honestly, it kind of means that we have to start prepping. So let's look at some ways that we could start prepping for
I don't know, real quick, like what are they talking about at BlizzCon? We're probably going to have information about patch 9.1 for Shadowlands, probably, TBC release date and information on a TBC beta. But they have other games that they do shit for, right? It's like probably more information on Overwatch 2, Diablo Immortal, Diablo 4. Oh, dude, there's going to be... I was only thinking about WoW shit. Yeah, there's going to... Diablo Immortal 2. Nice, dude. Yeah, there's going to be probably Overwatch shit, Diablo 4 information, Diablo Immortal, maybe a new Hearthstone expansion pack, which no one gives 1/10 of one fuck about. There's going to be, what else? They're going to officially, put StarCraft into a fucking casket and bury it 6 feet under the ground. They're going to... Okay, let's just see what he's going to say here, man. Let's see.
TBC. So some of these methods for preparation are going to be pretty conventional. Some of them might not be so conventional. But hopefully these can help you kind of get a baseline idea for where to start. We're still waiting on a lot of information about whether or not we can transfer over gold, whether or not we can transfer over tunes. And so a lot of this is going to be speculative. But if you guys are looking for some prep to do along with your Nax farming, these are some ideas of things you could do now to get ready for TBC as we wait for more information to be released about what's actually going to happen.
I'm ready.
So the very first thing is going to be leveling up tunes. Now there's two different reasons for this. The very
StarCraft Mobile. You know that you guys probably don't know this. On the Nintendo 64, you could play StarCraft Brood War. StarCraft Brood War was a Nintendo 64 game, and it was a terrible crossover, like it was a terrible adaptation, and it was fucking... Dude, it was so... Like, imagine playing StarCraft on a fucking Nintendo 64 with a fucking octopus controller with 50,000 different buttons. Holy fuck, it was bad, dude. It was fucking bad.
First is, well, if you ever wanted a different tune to play, if you wanted a Warlock, Warrior, Druid, etc., if you wanted them to be ready to go for TBC, you might as well level it up now.
Yep.
If we're on a crunch timeline to May, that means, we have 5 months. It's plenty of time to level up. But if you want to get some gear and get it prepped for TBC on release, you're probably going to want to get that tune leveled up, especially if you want to do multiple tunes.
Well, here's the thing. Really, all you need is to get it to 60, because whenever TBC pre-patch comes out, like, assuming they're going to do that, and the leak is suggesting yes, all of the PvP ranking honor gear becomes purchasable with the new honor system. So you can buy rank 12, rank 13, rank 14 gear with honor points you farm from Battlegrounds. So if you just want to farm some honor in Battlegrounds, you can go into TBC. If you invest some time farming BGs, you can go into TBC with rank 14 gear on all of your characters. At least that's how it happened back in the day. So BGs are
another
big
benefit about leveling up tunes is that the profession cap for being able to have max professions is raised to 50. So currently, if you have a level 35 tune, you can max out your professions and just leave those tunes at 35. So it doesn't take too long to get to 35. You can get Mooncloth cooldowns, you can get Transmute cooldowns, etc. In TBC, the way that it works is level 50. Which means that if you want to get prepped for all that and you want to make some serious gold, because professions are going to be one of the best ways to make money in TBC, you're going to want to get those tunes prepped.
Here's the thing that it sounds like he's not going to mention. You can max out 375 professions on a level 50 character in TBC. That is true. But in order to make the cooldown craftables, this is like Frozen Shadowweave Cloth or the new Spell Cloth, whatever it's called, or Primal Might Transmute, you need to be 60. You need to be 60 to make those cooldowns, because there is a quest you have to do to unlock the ability to craft those things. The quest requires level 60. So yes, you can cap professions at 375 if you're level 50, but to make the shit you want to make, you need to be 60. So you got to go a little bit further.
To be level 50. So that means on your main server, have a bunch of tunes at level 50 or higher ready to go when TBC comes out, so you can maximize their professions and make a ton of gold when it comes out. We don't know if we can transfer over gold yet, but we'll definitely be able to make gold once TBC starts. So why am I saying to level tunes? Well, in the most recent survey, we weren't asked if we wanted fresh TBC servers. We were asked if we wanted fresh classic servers. And Blizzard, I feel like, can probably, this is purely speculative, but probably lean towards letting us transfer over our characters. I think that they would receive a lot of backlash if a lot of people spend a lot of time in Classic prepping for TBC, leveling up tunes for TBC, having their own tunes that they farmed all this gear on, spent all this time, and then weren't able to transfer over their characters in some fashion. Whether it be to separate servers, whether it just be to a rollout of the TBC server on their current server, I think that Blizzard's likely strategy is just going to be a TBC roll. Now again, that's purely speculative, so let me know if you think differently down in the comments down below. I know some people would definitely like to see fresh servers, but I think that if they impose some limits on gold, I think that it'd be perfectly fine to do so. The second strategy, and a bit more unconventional, is going to be level up tunes on different servers. And so with, TBC coming out, this might bring back a lot of the player base that might have quit Classic. Additionally, there might be some new people who are excited to play, maybe some...
Dude, I should really... keep leveling my boomkin on Peggle. What if we did shit show dungeon boost streams where we had... What if we... Okay, this is crazy. This is really bottom of the barrel content. What if we did shit show dungeon boost streams where we do good boy point text-to-speech, where you guys can cash in your good boy points for text-to-speech, and you guys just keep doing stupid fucking text-to-speech while we get dungeon boost. And I just sit there and I just sigh and I shake my head at the stupid shit you guys are saying, right?
Of your old
we could
friends
do that. That's
who
easy.
You now complete
That's
TBC
easy.
With they might be excited to play, and so you guys can figure out what server do you want to go to. Maybe you're on a PvP server, want to go to a PvE server. Maybe you're on a East Coast server, want to go to West Coast server, or vice versa, or European to US, whatever you want to do. Maybe you want to start leveling up new tunes and looping up with the people that you're going to be leveling up with along the way to go to appropriate servers. I personally have a bunch of tunes on a bunch of different...
What the fuck? Wait, what? Wait, this is the new PogChamp? This is the new PogChamp? You're kidding. That's dog shit. That's fucking trash. Who is that? This does not have anywhere near the same hype or emotion behind it. That's terrible. That's terrible. They're going to rotate it every 24 hours? Dude, that's an even worse idea. The reason why some emotes are so popular is because people have an emotional attachment to it.
Different servers just in my world record challenge, and so I'll be playing a lot of servers myself, and it's honestly fun to be able to play with more people.
It's soulless. I agree. Yes.
This third way is going to be a bit more unconventional. And so if you guys haven't seen the world record that I recently did, definitely check out the link down in the description down below. But basically, coin turn-ins are disgusting experience. So a lot of people are already going to be 60, but basically
there is no way that they let this shit work in TBC. There is no fucking way that this shit works. And if it does work, like if it actually worked like this back in the day, they're not going to let that keep working. If it did, they're not going to let that shit work. There's no fucking... And same for Karaji Lord insignias. There's no way. There's no fucking way,
Coin turn-in quest.
No way.
For the ZG coin turn-ins is, by the quest definition, still available to net about 5 million XP per hour, depending on how fast you can click. And so if you look at this from Wowhead right here, it shows that the difficulty starts at 58, which is accurate, and potentially goes green at 63 and gray at 72. Now, we don't know how Blizzard is going to treat these turn-in quests. However, if we are able to continue to do these turn-in quests,
that shit's fucking
in theory
busted.
Can go all the way to 70. So I imagine that they're going to impose some kind of restrictions. The experience also will decrease at 63 and continue scaling down all the way to 70, so it may be very expensive to go all the way up to 70 with these turn-ins, but this may be a potential leveling method for your main, but also for your alts. Now, I personally 100% recommend leveling your main through, the normal Outlands experience. Don't sit there and just do a bunch of turn-ins. Enjoy the game. This is why we play the game. It's not to get to 70 the fastest. It's to enjoy the game. However, if you have future alts, this may be a potential leveling solution going higher. Additionally, if they turn this off, this also might mean that you can't go from 58 to 60, meaning it might be more difficult to go from 58 to 60 post the TBC release. The fourth method is just going to be pure gold farming.
Like, I'll just tell you this. Getting boosted is going to be way harder in TBC than it is in vanilla. If you want to boost a character right now from 1 to 60, like a character that you want to have in TBC as well, you should, if you're going to boost, you should do it now in vanilla, then later in TBC. Boost soon if you want to do it, and you guys know I hate boosting, but if you want to do it now. Don't wait. Do it now. Don't do it later. Do it now.
We do not know if we can bring over gold yet. The easiest solution for Blizzard would be to say yes, because it's just less things that they have to manage, right? If they don't have to limit the amount of gold you can bring over, it's just easier for them. And, while my user base may be pretty into the boosting and gold farming scene, because that's what we've been focusing on with Classic a bunch, that might not be the rest of the Classic kind of experience, and especially for people getting ready for TBC. So, maybe that is something that potentially could happen. I personally think that there should be a cap of about 5,000 gold, and there should be BOP items, no BOE items, just so that we don't break the...
Honestly, dude, set that shit at 2K. As someone that has 20k gold liquid right now, set that shit at 2K. Let us bring items in. Okay, let people bring items into TBC. Whatever. But set that shit at 2K. Fuck you. Hey, do it.
The economy when we go.
Items and alts, do it. But 2K per level 60. So if you have more level 60s, so be it, you can bring more. And of course, if you want to min-max that, go for it. But set it to 2K per 60. That's what I would do probably.
TBC. But it's going to purely depend if Blizzard decides to do this or not. And so gold farming is a legitimate way to get ready for TBC, to have large stockpiles of gold, to be able to buy consumables, to be able to buy gear, to be able to buy mounts. Mounts are going to cost 5k to have, the flight training as soon as you hit. Actually, I think you can even get it earlier than 70 eventually. So it's going to be interesting to see which patch comes out. So those are going to be some things that we're definitely going to have to wait and find out what Blizzard's stance is going to be, but some potential ways that we can start grinding up and prepping for TBC as well. And the last and fifth method.
I don't know, like, you guys are saying they're just going to, like, invest in shit. Well, yeah, obviously, like, how... So what do? Do you say, listen, you can only bring in 10 stacks of BOE items, and that's it. You can have 10 stacks of BOE items. Anything more than that, you can't bring it in. Like, how do they execute that? Infrastructurally, how do they do that? I think one of the most fun things about WoW is like preparing for content that you know is on the horizon, right? So, and I can look back on the most popular videos through Classic WoW that I've made and other YouTubers have made, and my best streams, it's like gold farming for phase 2, preparing for phase 2, how to prepare for phase 2, how to prepare for phase 3, how to prepare for phase 6. People like to hoard and stockpile and prepare. In fact, I think that preparation aspect of Classic WoW is one of the most popular gameplay aspects of Classic WoW. People love to prepare and prep and stockpile and min-max, you know, their consumes and their shit that they can bring into the next phase. So I think one of the best things they can do is, to some degree, let people prepare for TBC. But you have to figure out what that degree is. Like, how many professionals can you bring in? How much gold can you bring in? How many stacks of BOE items can you bring in? You need to let people prepare to some degree. Otherwise, if like, imagine this scenario. They announce Classic TBC in mid-February, and they say, you can't bring any gold, you can't bring any items, and you can only bring one level 60. The game dies. Like, Classic WoW just is dead. The second that announcement is made, the game is just dead. And you have 4 months of just dead fucking Classic WoW. Because people have no motivation or anything. You have to let people prepare to some degree. So people can shift in phase 6. It stops being boring next Rammus nothing to fucking do phase 6, and it starts being classic TBC preparation phase and min-maxing your preparation. Okay, now I'm going to level my alts. Okay, now I'm going to start stockpiling these resources. Okay, I know I can have 2,000 gold per character. I have, 6,000 gold. I need to make sure I have 3 level 60s. What are those 60s going to be? I need to think about what those professions. Okay, I'm going to start stockpiling like profession leveling mats, and like, let people do that. Probably don't go fucking overboard with it, but they need to, when they announce TBC in a month and a half, they need to have some very clear rules on how people can prepare, because saying no preparation is a fucking death sentence.
To not prep good for TBC is definitely going to be the most unconventional method. However, I think
Grimes, good morning, dude.
And that is going to
be
good morning.
Good morning, man. Thank you, dude.
Is going to be the PvP scene. Arenas are going to be huge.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I personally have talked several times in my stream about the potential of TBC.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, dude. Thank you very much.
Area. Esports are popping off right now, and they're becoming huge. And I think that it's not too wild to say that it's potential for, TBC arenas to actually play a major role in the WoW esports scene. And so if you want to start prepping, a lot of the things carry over from Arena regardless of what season it is. Obviously, there's new abilities in Shadowlands, so it's not going to be the same. But there are some things that carry over. For mages, for example, we have water elementals, right? Water elementals are going to be carrying over to TBC.
So there is a new TBC Arena server that came up just the other day. Like, all you do is log in. You're level 70. You get all your gear just for free, and you just log in. Boom, 70, free gear, you do Arena. I was considering playing on that server and practicing, doing a little bit of practice, just hanging out. But I don't have Arena partners. I don't have any, and the thing, I can't stream it. You can't stream it, by the way. No streaming. I was considering doing that. So, hey, listen. If you are a resto druid, DM me, okay? Let's set it up. I've got a lot of dust and rust to kick off. I'm going to be bad. So I'm going to have to practice a lot. If you are a resto druid, specifically a resto druid, DM me and let's have some fun.
And so, if you want to run Frost, get prep for that, you definitely can. But more holistically, arenas, one of the biggest things you need to focus on with your arenas is just your situational awareness, your positioning, your, field of vision. And you're going to hear a lot of, top PvPers talk about the field of vision, because quite often you start off looking at a very centralized spot. You're looking at your character, what's going on right around you, but you're missing, a cyclone being cast that you could have silenced, kind of example, right? You're missing the other things going on around you. And so expanding your field of vision and just getting used to the speed of arenas through Shadowlands is honestly probably going to be a really good way to prep for PvP, and that's kind of the way that I've been looking at it myself. And so I'm doing my Road to Gladiator series where I try to go and get back to Glad in Shadowlands right now, basically to try to prep for PvP and TBC, because I want to go very hard in TBC in arenas. So this is definitely a more unconventional kind of route. Obviously, not all the abilities and some of the burst might carry over perfectly, but RMP is going to be a great strategy.
Why do you think people downvoted this? It's like 20% downvote. It's probably the fucking Shadowlands stuff. I'm telling you, dude. Classic Andy's on YouTube. They see anything Shadowlands. You even fucking mention Shadowlands. You mention Retail WoW or Shadowlands at all ever in a positive light, and that shit's a fucking downvote. That shit's a fucking downvote.
If you're playing a mage for a comp to run,
it was Potato
there's
Lord.
Going to be a lot of things that do carry over towards TBC as far as just
because the GM
overall
thing.
PvP
people don't give a fuck about that, man.
So hopefully this helps you guys get some ideas on ways to prep for TBC, both conventional and unconventional. If you guys haven't, definitely check out Staysafe's video for more information about the possible.
That's true. That's very true. Everyone should check out every Staysafe video always. Listen, boys, that's a good video. That's some good tips.